If you've ever gone through something you didn't plan for, or you've tried to support someone who has, this episode is for you. The other day marked 3 months since Brian's death, and I sat down with my daughter, Campbell. We had a conversation we didn't plan. We talked about what helps, what doesn't, and what it's like to let people show up for you. This isn't about having it all figured out. It's just a real conversation about where we are right now.
4/10/25. Nope. Nope. 4/10/26. 3 months.
You know, a quarter of the year's gone already.
Yeah.
And you were saying earlier that like when you went to work, you know, you kind of compartmentalize the feelings.
100%. It's seriously like a switch.
How do you do that?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, when I get to work, it's literally like a switch. It's flipped. You know what it feels like? It feels like Severance. It really does. Like oh, that's so weird. I never compared those two because that was the show I kept trying to get Dad to watch. And he was like, no, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. And I ended up like binge watching it for a week. It really does feel like it's like as soon as I walk in the door or like see the kids or like do anything, and even like pulling up to their property, I'm like, okay, off.
So like, do you say to yourself, like you actually say, okay, off?
No, it just happens.
So it's like unconscious or subconsciously
I mean, I know
happening?
I know I take like a big breath before I go in, usually. Not like a dramatic one, but usually just like, you know, a sigh.
Yeah.
Like a small sigh. And so maybe that's it. But I've never thought like, okay, stop. Unless it was like I was crying. And then I had to be like, okay, pull yourself together.
When you go into work right beforehand, so you subconsciously like turn off the memories, thoughts, feelings of Dad, or
yeah, it's almost like it's not like I'm not allowed to think about Dad, because I definitely still do. Like there'll be little things that remind me of him, but it's like I physically feel like I cannot be sad. Like even if I sit there and I'm like, I'm really sad, I really miss my dad, like, oh my gosh, and the kids are around me, I can't cry. Physically, I can't cry.
That's
can't
really
show emotion.
interesting.
It's like I'm a stone. It's very strange.
Yeah, and let's be honest, you're not one to hide your emotions.
Never. So it's very weird that I'm so good at it now.
Well, I don't know if it's a good thing.
No.
I mean,
probably not.
I feel like I've gone the opposite way, where I'm doing my best to embrace my grief and still work.
Yeah.
And when I see people I haven't seen for a while, or people that know Brian, or you know your dad, or or clients, whatever, when they come up to me and they start talking to me, like sometimes I do start crying, but it's not like a wailing cry. Right. It's usually like a couple of tears. Yeah. I well up. That's a better way of saying it. I well up, right? And I'm learning to normalize that, because it's like I shouldn't have to hide that. And no one needs to feel badly for me. And I'm not asking them for anything besides just that moment.
Yeah. No, same thing with me, except I can't cry. Like people, talking to families I haven't seen in a while, or friends or whatever. It's like, if they don't know, if they're asking how I'm doing, like I can tell them I'm not doing well, but I can't show them that I'm not doing well. Or at least not like consciously
do it.
Like
so
I physically feel like I can't cry. I can't, express anything other than like, I'm fine, thank you.
It's like because you're trying to hide your emotions from the uncomfortableness that they may feel.
It's that, and it's like, it just feels so unnatural for me to be crying in front. Like I've never been the type of person that cries in front of people.
Yeah, me neither.
Like never, ever, because I don't like being vulnerable. Yeah. Point blank period. So like crying is the most vulnerable thing you could do besides like being naked.
But what's wrong with crying?
I don't know.
I mean, at the end of the day, like we're saying, okay, you can go around and cuss somebody out, right? You can just walk up to a stranger and cuss them out. You can walk up to somebody and punch them in the face.
Yeah.
But I'm not allowed to cry a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know why. It feels like that. I don't have a problem with anybody else crying.
Right. So then why
Like
would you want to
if
stop?
somebody, even if they just stubbed their toe and came up to me and were crying, I would feel bad. You know, let alone
Right.
somebody that just lost their dad or their husband.
Because you have compassion.
Yeah. But that's the other thing. But for some reason, it feels like I physically cannot let myself do it. Now, I mean, I go to therapy twice a week.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm bottling this all up and then it never comes out or it comes out in other ways. Like I'm still expressing emotions. Yeah. Processing and like working through all of these feelings. It's just like, I think it's interesting that like for somebody that can't even hide their face when I'm feeling any sort of emotion to come to like, you know, this weird severance, like two different people, two different sides thing is strange. And like, I mean, I know it's not permanent.
Right.
Because, you know, grief isn't linear, you know? So it's like,
oh yeah,
I know that in a month or two, maybe I'll be different. Maybe I'll be crying in front of everybody.
Right. And I think that's the one thing that I'm learning is that the worst thing about this, and we talked about this before, is the idea of that feeling that we got in our stomach that's like the bottom dropped out.
Yeah.
And having that feeling all the time.
All the time. Except mine, I get that one all the time, but I also get like the elephant on your chest, which I only get when I'm like feeling a very, very, very extreme emotion.
Me too.
Very angry, very sad.
Mine's usually like really scared.
Very scared, yeah.
Like the insecurity of what's to come of my life.
Yes.
Right? That's when I start to feel that heaviness in my chest. And it does feel like an elephant now that you said that.
It really does. It
it's
just feels like
interesting.
somebody's sitting on your chest.
Yeah, it does. I never really got that before, but now I do.
No, I know. And there was times where I was telling my therapist, like, I wake up and it literally feels like I'm like sleep paralysis, have to like lift the human that's sitting on my chest. Like I wake up and I literally feel like
an elephant's on
something
your chest.
like an anvil dropped on me while I was sleeping.
And it's interesting because it's like you waking up with that extreme emotion feeling, right, and that fear and that insecurity. I mean, that's where it lives in me, in my heart, right? And I think that that's what's so beautiful about you. One of the things I love is that because you have a connection with your body and your breath, that you're able to say and name where you feel it. You've been able to do that since you were a kid.
I know. That is something I'm grateful for, and I think that makes like going to therapy really a lot easier because it's like I feel like I preach therapy to everybody and anybody I meet because it's helped me immensely with whatever I was going through. You know, it always provided tools that, you know, were helpful, but like some people it's just not for them, and I have a hard time wrapping my head around that because I'm like, but it's just talking,
right?
But then I forget that like not everybody can say, well, I feel the anger in my fists.
Right.
I feel the sadness in my chest. I feel the fear in my, you know, the back of my neck. Like their emotions aren't tied with their body like mine is.
Right. Well, they are.
They are, but they're
they
not
don't
in
have,
tune with it. Yeah.
It's a different, right? It's a disconnect between people have a really hard time. It's the same thing in movement, right? Like people, I was just talking to one of my Nora's clients and my clients today, and we were talking about a woman who is afraid to come to the gym because she's embarrassed by her body. And she doesn't know what to do in the gym and she doesn't want to be out on the floor.
That makes me so sad.
Oh, honey, there are so many people out there.
No, I know.
Because it's intimidating.
Well, your gym, I feel like, is especially because it's just very open.
Yeah.
And
it's
there's
loud.
And there's a lot of mirrors. And there's a lot of like really crazy big bodybuilders and really strong people that like.
And then some crazy fucked up people that are doing things on equipment that you're like, why are you standing on that? It's supposed to sit on it. You're doing it backwards.
And they do it confidently, so you just have to let them.
I mean, I just try not to look. I try not to look.
The people that are using the equipment wrong are probably some of the most confident people I've ever seen in my life.
That's 100% true.
Their one leg is up in the air, one arm is on the floor, and they're like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
We have this thing I call the jungle gym, and it has these wooden rings.
Yeah.
Okay. They're wooden. They're not metal. Okay. They're not meant to bear the weight of your body like you're a freaking on the kids monkey bars.
Right.
Like it's one of those, what's that show? American Ninja Warrior. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like these rings and like, he's like throwing them up on these hooks and trying to go across the jungle gym. And I'm like, I want to be here when that ring just snaps and his ass is on the floor, because you cannot do that. But people don't get it.
No.
People don't get. So going back to what you're talking about with your body and feeling things.
Yeah.
I will never forget when you were telling me early on, you must have been in first, second grade, swear to you. You were super young. And we were talking about your freakouts. And when you were a kid, you would just kind of boil up with anger and just kind of have a moment where you would just, don't mess with that, because I have these on the corners of the table. I knew your freaking little hands were going to try. These are to protect us.
With.
All right.
Here, I got the Buddha.
Okay. If it makes noise, I'm going to make you stop. So you're such a pain in the ass. I knew where you were going to. I knew you were going to try to peel that thing off. All right. Anyway, so widow brain.
Talk about how.
Oh,
how when I had those freakouts.
Oh,
I
yeah.
told you in first
Yeah.
grade.
Okay. So what you said to me was, you were like, Mom, it just feels like there's this fire in my belly.
Yeah.
And it starts to grow. And the only way that I can get rid of it is to freak out.
Yeah,
And
it still feels like that. Nothing's changed. There's not anything different from that.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, checks out.
Sponsored by therapy.
Yeah, seriously. Like, it's still the same feeling, exact same feeling.
So that's one of the
It
things
just looks different.
I told you
handle it
about.
differently.
I told you about my first therapy appointment this week.
Oh, yeah.
That it went really surprisingly
I know,
well.
I'm glad.
And I'm
Because I was very against this guy.
yeah, because he was a guy.
Yeah.
That is to me, okay. So we have very similar conversations like this a lot. Okay. Campbell, I love you. And you wear your heart on your sleeve.
What?
And you are very compassionate, and you are also very empathetic and intuitive.
Yes.
But because you have that fire in your belly,
Yes.
the energy that you feel from the fire in your belly needs to be translated or channeled to compassion, empathy, and self-love.
Yeah. I'm just protective of you. It has nothing to do with any of that.
It's not just me,
protective of
though.
you.
It's not just me.
Well, it's all my family and all my friends and all the
Yeah.
people I care about.
I know. But
So a lot of people.
but like you wanted to
Don't
talk
fuck
about
with my family.
I know, right? Fuck with my family. You wanted to talk about
Oh, I want to talk about how people react.
people don't know how
They
to
don't know what to say.
react
They don't
to
know how to
grief.
react. So
Right.
it's no. I'm not blaming anybody.
Right.
I mean, nobody came in there and was like, "You have a dead dad." Like,
Right.
everybody was very supportive in their own way, what they thought would be the right thing to do.
Yep.
And I think 3 months looking back, it's easier to sit in this chair and be like, they were just clueless. They
Yeah.
were just trying to help.
Yeah.
Because in the moment, it probably felt like, what are you doing?
Right. Exactly.
What do you think you're doing that's helpful? Because none of this is helpful. In fact, it's just hurtful. And now I'm like,
I
you know.
appreciate that. So what you just said was so beautiful.
thank you.
And that's exactly the conversation that we were having.
Yeah.
And we got heated earlier. That's actually why we came up here, is because we
Yes.
were in a big fight. Not
really.
fighting. We were arguing
Yeah.
about our positioning on things.
And I won. Just for the
No,
record
you
straight.
did not. Bullshit. Okay, you know what? If you want the win, you can always have the win. Always have the win, baby. I don't need a win. Okay?
Okay.
You can have the win.
All right. Oh, I do want to say, going back to what I told you when I was in first grade and relating that to how I feel now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
the same feeling. The anger feels the same. The pit feels the same. The fire feels the exact same.
Yeah.
It's the coping skills and the situation and age that have helped it, and changed it. But it is cool and kind of scary to work with kids that have that same reaction to things, whether it's, feels the same in their body as, I don't know, but it's the same kind of freak out over something similar or something that, to
Emotions.
us may seem menial.
Yeah.
And it is really, I feel like healing my inner child, being able to walk a kid through a breathing exercise when like I was doing the same thing,
Yeah.
like 15 years ago,
Yeah.
14 to 17 years, whatever,
Yeah.
however old I was.
Yeah.
And so it is really like, a weird one of those like childhood fulfillment things where
Yeah.
it's like, you think that it's like taking your kid to the ball game would be one, but it
Right,
really
right.
is like walking a kid through a deep emotion and explaining to them and calming them down and showing them how, our body really wants to feel this way and our brain really wants to feel this way. And I understand you're frustrated. I understand you're sad. I understand you're mad. But there's a way that we can do this that's good for our bodies and good for our friends. And there's a way we could do this that's not good for our bodies and not good for our friends. And so I give them the option. I say, would you like to do the one that helps other people? Would you like to do the one that helps you? Would you like to do the one that is good for you? Or if you'd like, I can leave you be. And you can do what you need to do. But in, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, we're going to regroup and we're going to just talk. And the one thing I do, and I'm not a parent, I'm not fucking super nanny. I don't know anything. I really don't. But the one thing that I have found that helps so much is getting on their level.
Yeah.
So, immediately changes the demeanor.
And you're even talking physically too.
Only physically.
Oh.
Like physically, I will never stand up and talk to a kid.
Yeah.
I'm always sitting down or
eye to
crouching.
eye.
It's always eye to eye, and I always hold their hands.
Oh,
because it's a connection, and you get to see my face and see my, my breathing and feel my hands. And then it's, I feel like it just makes it easier for them to calm down.
Absolutely.
If I'm all the way up here,
if you're at a 10,
it also feels like it's like if you're just standing up there, like there is a disconnect to a 2-year-old.
Absolutely. You're
to
hovering.
A 3-year-old, to a 4-year-old.
Your energy is like overpowering.
Yeah. And I just feel like you can't help anybody if they feel like you're a threat.
Yeah. No, you're right. Physically, and especially for kids, because it's an energy thing. And kids specifically keep their energy open.
Yeah.
They can feel a lot more, you know?
I don't know everything. I don't know how to parent. I'm not a parent.
We're not giving parental advice. We're not giving any
advice. I'm not
advice.
a disciplinarian, and I'm not a therapist. I don't know,
You're just sharing your experience, Campbell. You're just sharing your experience.
It is really cool to also work for parents that have the same ideologies and like talk to their kids the same way, where it's like they, understand that they're feeling frustrated and try to like reason with them and talk to them and explain to them what's going on and why they can't do what they want to do or whatever.
And so let's take this into the account of when I was growing up, right? It was, you don't coddle your kids. Now there's all this like coddling and like gentle parenting.
Yeah.
To me, this doesn't feel gentle. This feels real.
I mean, it's not even like gentle or coddling or, distant.
Helicopter.
It's just like being a parent or being a grown up to a child. Like it doesn't even to me feel like anything that people are doing differently, because it's like, well, yeah, obviously you'd explain to the child. They don't understand. They don't know.
I know. But
if
you know
somebody
what,
was
Campbell?
lost, you would give them it, and you know where they needed to go, and you'd give them directions. That's just a given.
But that's the thing, is that I think that, nobody comes with an instruction manual.
Yeah.
And we sure shit didn't get a license to get to have a baby. So you get what you get and you don't get upset.
No, I know. And I always say, like, I would never judge somebody's parenting, because you parent the kids that are yours.
Yeah, exactly.
You parent your children how you think they need to be parented. And no one else can decide that for you, because you made them.
Yep.
So like, why?
Like overall in general, when we're in a position where grief hits us, right? Like we got smacked with an unexpected loss of, your dad.
Yeah.
So dad dies. And then we have all of these friends who had a connection to dad, right? And no one has a stronger connection. What did you say? There was like the circle thing.
Yeah. The core.
Yeah. What was it called? Venn diagram.
Yeah.
Okay. So explain that.
Like Venn diagram would be the circles that overlap. So I feel like there's, especially with dad had so many different groups of people he knew so many different circles he was a part of, so many different friend groups and family friends. And then there was actual direct family members, and then there was work friends, and then there was gym friends and this and that.
Yeah.
And like everybody came together because of my dad. Yeah. We had people from Coors Light, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but
you can say Coors Brewing Company, yeah.
Yeah, from Coors and from, the beat the streets, or from Chicago, or from Atlanta, from,
Colorado,
all over the place,
all
Colorado.
over.
And then they all knew each other seemingly because of dad.
Yes.
And they were all connected. And so it's like, it's hard to be, when you're the closest person or the closest group to the loss, like when you are the direct family members, like this is your immediate family, it's hard to understand in the moment that other people are grieving.
Yes.
Because you feel like it's only you and these other 3 people or 4 people.
Yeah.
You feel like it's like a hierarchy.
Yeah.
Because your brain is doing that to protect you. Your brain is trying to tell you that, it sucks for you guys, but everybody else is here to help you. And that is true.
Yeah.
That is true, but it's hard to separate the fact that is true, and also people are still hurting.
Yeah.
Other people are still, grieving dad.
Yeah.
Grieving Brian.
Yeah, exactly.
And so
it's so hard though, isn't it?
It is, because I took on the role, I noticed, of like, if we had somebody in town that was, right after dad died, if somebody was in town or somebody was visiting or somebody was over and they were, clearly upset, clearly a little mopey, clearly sad, or just under the circumstance of this being
you felt it was your responsibility to take care of them.
Yes.
I knew you were going to say
100%.
that.
And it was so weird because it was like,
you know what?
It's not at all.
No, but you told me that.
Yeah.
That early on, everyone said to you,
yes. Yeah, that's true.
You have to be, because you're the oldest daughter.
I'm the oldest daughter. So it is, you take care of your mom, you take care of your sister.
And it was like all of the sudden, and no fault of them.
No. And I'm glad people said that to me, because it kind of fueled that little voice in me that was like, yeah, I already knew that.
And you know what's crazy though, is that I think let's be honest, the past year, 2 years, whatever you want to say, we've gone through a lot.
Oh yeah.
With dad's health, with school, with my new job, with dad taking on more home responsibilities and not being the same as mom,
Yeah.
And we've just had a lot of
way
shifts.
better at everything than you.
I'm sure he was. he did a shit ton more than I would have. He still did your laundry.
Yeah, he did.
He did your laundry.
He wouldn't let me do it.
I know. I don't know why.
I don't know either.
I think he just really liked to, I think he liked the
doing
process
it.
of
Yeah,
it,
I
almost
know.
like a meditative thing for him. But anyway, you in that moment, over these past few years, have been here with us, right?
Yeah.
And you have not been able to launch.
Right.
Right. You've had to kind of, money's kind of tight. Things are kind of strange.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like dad has a lot going on and mom's working. And, you had this bubbling up inside of you, like, I need to start my life.
Yeah.
Right. And it wasn't until, dad's passing.
Yeah.
When you and Nick talked about you moving to Birmingham and you going to school and you starting your life. And I was like, whoa, like in this absolutely never in a million years wanted this to happen. Never would say like, because of this, this happened.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But I
it
feel like
it is sublime. I don't know if I'm using that right.
No,
I've just been thinking about Sublime a lot lately because they're releasing a new album. So that was the first word that popped into my head.
Is that Sublime is the
practice Santeria. I ain't got no crystal ball. Yeah. It was really.
I hope we don't get in trouble for that.
On copyright?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll cut it. Cut that out.
Actually, I kind of want to roll the dice just to see if anybody's listening.
You
see what they say. Okay.
And if they are listening,
sorry,
I want to go on tour. So let's go on tour together.
We like Sublime.
I want to go on Sublime's tour because I think they're releasing a new album. I think that's why.
I don't know. Or it's just your brain really liking it because
30
dad
years.
liked them too.
Yeah, that's true. But no, I mean, like, I forgot what we were talking about.
Well, we were just talking about the fact of like you having this launch moment.
Oh, yeah.
And
No,
this
I mean, it
fire
was
moment.
like-
It was like, but everybody said that to you and you went, yes. And then because you're compassionate, because you're empathetic, because you're intuitive, you took it to the extreme of I'm going to manage
everything.
And I'm going to make sure that nothing happens to my mom and nothing happens to my sister. And I think you quickly realized
That was impossible.
That was fucking impossible.
Yeah.
And what I appreciate about you the most in those moments is that you shifted.
Yeah.
You didn't get angry. You didn't a few times, but that's okay. Hey, I mean, at the end of the day, when we process grief, when people ask me, how are the girls doing? I say, Campbell's angry. She lost her best friend.
Thanks.
No. Listen. I say, Campbell's angry. She lost her best friend. This was the man that had her back for everything. And she lost that. So she's mad and she's sad. And she's also driven. And she's going to college and she's moving to Birmingham, which is going to be a fun experience for her. She gets to start her life. And when I talk about Mallory, I say, Mallory is not comfortable in the house right now. She likes to be out with her friends. She likes to be at school with dance, not at school doing schoolwork for sure not.
Definitely doesn't like doing that.
Seriously, that kid needs to graduate and do well.
She will. She's smart.
I know she will. I'm not worried about her. I mean, I'm not worried about either one of you because I really know that no matter where you go, you are going to be joyful.
Yeah.
At some point. It may not be right now, but I know don't touch the corners of it.
It's just this thing.
Oh my God. You always have to find like little things and fuck with them. That's why the rudder from the paddleboard is gone. And it took me, that's 100% why.
It's too big for me to play with my hands.
No, but you lost it.
Probably. That I believe.
Yeah. So that's the only thing I'm worried about you is when you leave is you're going to lose your shit. And I'm not going to be there to help you find it. But Nick will be there. And we've got lots of friends in the Birmingham area.
I'm not worried about that at all.
I'm not worried about it at all. In fact, I'm really excited for you to go.
In fact, it feels way safer than moving to Milwaukee again.
Yeah.
By myself.
I know.
Without anybody close to me and 20 hours away.
I know. But your dad and I, all we wanted to do was make you guys smile, make you guys feel love, make you guys feel better than, to know that we had your back, that, no matter what you did, no matter what happened to you, we were always going to be with you, always had your back, no matter what. And I know that Dad did that for you.
Yeah.
I hope that I do that for you.
You do.
That was a little like...
I kind of stopped listening, but yes, you do that.
Was I getting too preachy?
A little bit.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
All right, I'll cut that out.
The viewers loved it. I heard them. They were like,
oh my God, here's my question for you though, okay? You're 20 years old and you are going to therapy twice a week and you set that up on your own.
Yeah.
And I talk to a lot of people that are in their 20s to their 70s that are still trying to find their way to therapy. They need it. They know they need it, but they haven't been able to pull the trigger. How were you able to do that?
I feel like it was actually just kind of luck. Like I was talking to my therapist literally on like Wednesday. She was like, when you move, we could still do virtual, which I was like, that's awesome. That's great.
Good.
I mean, I don't prefer it over in person, but I prefer it over no therapy at all.
Yeah.
And so I was like, that's great. Awesome. She was like, yeah, for like probably 6 months. So I was like, that's fantastic. And I was like,
and then you graduate.
Really yeah. Then I win therapy.
You win therapy.
But no, and then I was like, I just really don't want to find a new therapist. Like I really just, it's such a pain in the ass. And she was like, why? And I was like, everybody's not good enough. Or I never clicked with anybody. And she was like, well, then how'd you click with me? And I was like, I don't know. I think I love you. I don't really know. Like this is a whole lot of stuff. But no, but seriously, I was like, I've had 2 or 3 therapists that I've really like vibed with. And the rest, it's been like talking to your mom's friend,
Yeah.
Like it just was like, okay, like you're definitely a stranger.
Yeah.
But like, it is one of those things where you just have to find somebody that you connect with and it just blooms from there, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean,
and
I
it
think
doesn't even feel like you're, going to therapy anymore.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't feel like you're going to hang out with your friend, that's for sure. Because
right.
you still feel like shit because you're talking about a bunch of shitty things.
Yeah.
And you're working through a lot of stuff. But it feels like you're going to the doctor, getting medicine that you need. But that medicine is maybe a realization, maybe a new coping skill, maybe just talking and explaining things and, hearing yourself speak. That's the other thing is I feel like therapy, people don't realize that the therapist is basically just like a monitor sometimes.
Yeah.
Like sometimes there's times where I think I've said like a billion words and my therapist is just like, yes.
Oh yeah. I totally agree with you on that, by the way.
All I needed to do was just work my way out of whatever I was doing.
Yeah. You're just talking.
Yeah. Like it's so funny because, a therapist is different than a friend when it comes to conversation because they obviously can't tell you what a friend can tell you and vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
But a therapist, like, they can't really give definitive, like, do this, do that,
Right.
don't do that, don't do this, unless it's like, don't hurt yourself. So they kind of have to, like, get you to say it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so weird how they do it so well. It's like a police interrogation. They try to get you to, they're like, and what would that mean for you? And I'm like, I don't know what that would mean for me. Maybe this. And they're like, yeah, that's it. I'm like, oh.
I remember in the past when I've been to therapists for the first time, it's just like verbal diarrhea.
Yeah.
Right.
You just have to tell your whole freaking life story first. And it's the worst.
It's the worst.
I hate the first session so much.
No. And what I loved about my guy is that he turns around and he goes, we don't have a time limit. Like I was there for like an hour and a half.
Oh, I like that.
And he just let me talk. And I don't think that's the way it's always going to be.
No, I mean, but they can do that. Like my therapist has talked about doing something like that too.
Yeah, but it was like, that was the first meeting.
Yeah.
And I had to fill out like a shit ton of paperwork beforehand. And it was super annoying. Glad I did it. But I wish that a therapist could give you like almost like a roadmap of like, when you come to your first therapy appointment for loss of a husband or, whatever, first time you go, how can you be efficient with your time to tell them everything that they need to know?
I don't know. I
don't fucking know.
Vomited. I don't know.
Oh no. And then I was like, oh my God, I didn't even tell you about what happened to me 25 years ago. I
think
literally,
this is relevant.
I know, like this was the example I wanted to give you going back in time to what we were just talking about people don't know what other people are thinking during grief. Right. So when I was 19, I was a year ago. So for you, not for me. I was going to say you were 19 a year ago.
Yeah, maybe we should get that 2 times a week therapy because she doesn't even know what age she is. It's really bad.
I know. So when I was 19, my mother asked my father for a divorce. And it was the summer before my sophomore year in high school, college, excuse me. So summer before my sophomore year in college, I was home. My mom asked my dad for a divorce while I was home. And my dad...
Did you know that that's what she was doing?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, my mom and I were close. My mom told me way too much. No, seriously, way too much.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's my whole life. Is people tell me way too much.
Yeah, we both have that face, I think.
And I don't mind it. I'm learning how to channel it better.
Yeah.
But there for a while it was hard.
Yeah.
When I look back, there was a specific memory that I remember. We were in the hospital. My mom was a mess. My dad was like I think they put him in like a little coma kind of thing or like a medical, like he was sleeping.
Sedated him,
yeah, he was not, having a conversation with us or anything.
Right.
And his mom came into the room.
Oh.
And I was a mess. Now, I'd never seen my dad sick before.
Yeah.
Like nothing had ever been wrong with him. And then all of a sudden to see him in this incredibly scary position where I thought he was dead.
On his deathbed, pretty much.
Well, I thought he was dead when we found him.
Wow.
And so then to go into the hospital and his mom says, well, now we didn't know at the time how he had tried to attempt suicide. We just knew that the doctor said, you should go out in the garage and make sure that there's still the antifreeze because they thought he might have drank it. And so we were all kind of a mess.
Yeah.
And so his mom walks in
gosh.
and she says, okay, so I'll be able to come back tomorrow, but then I have to leave because I have a haircut appointment. Then I won't be able to come the next day either. And I turned to her.
Yeah.
And I lost my ever-loving shit on her. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. Your son is in the hospital right now. And you're fucking worried about your fucking hair.
Yeah. Valid. Sound like me.
Well, I'll tell you right now.
I did the same thing after Dad died.
To this
day.
To
your dad.
To this day, it's one thing that I feel the worst about.
I know. I know.
And you know now. And
I know now.
And the thing is, though, Campbell, is
but I also don't think that
you shouldn't hold yourself accountable for it either.
But I also
or badly.
I also apologize to him, and we have a better relationship now. And I also live with him.
I know.
So there's a lot more opportunity for that. I feel like it'd be very different if I didn't live with him.
No, and I didn't. And I mean,
but no,
literally.
I mean, that's crazy because I literally did the exact same shit.
To my dad, and I did it to his mother.
That's crazy.
When I was 19 and you did it when you were 19. That's creepy.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't either. All right. So what are you going to say to a kid that's 20 years old that's listening to this podcast? Because God, I really hope one of my friends shares it with a 20-year-old or younger or older, not too young. We curse a lot. What do you say to them when they're feeling helpless and they need therapy? How do they go about finding the right therapist? What did you do? I know I did the research. I sent you like 3 different ones.
Yeah.
Right. But then what do you tell them to do? How do you tell them to get off their ass and do it? They're not going to call. You never fucking call anybody.
Oh, I call people all the time.
Well, now you do.
No, I used to never email. That's what I don't do.
Really?
Never.
And then it's Sissy that doesn't like to call.
No, Mallory doesn't like to call. I love to call.
That's interesting.
I like to hear people's voice.
You're right.
I love to call.
You do. You are more of the not emailer. You're the not email.
Or a texter. I'm not a texter either.
No, you're not. But your sister.
If I can call somebody, I will.
Yeah, your sister won't call. Okay.
Yeah. But anyways,
keep going.
I would say if you're feeling helpless and you're feeling like therapy might be an option that you can do.
What do you mean?
Like it feels like something that you can handle because it's a lot.
But
if you're going through something traumatic and you are processing it, therapy for me has helped and hurt.
Oh yeah, because you have to feel the feels.
Because you have to feel the feels, and also it's like if you don't find a therapist that you love, what they say, like it holds a lot of weight. And if you're not vibing with them and they say something off, it is very painful.
Yeah, and
it is very jarring because you're supposed to, you're supposed to hear what they have to say and take it all.
They're supposed to be the experts.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it can be hard. And like, thankfully I didn't have that experience when Dad died because I had already had this therapist for a month now.
Longer than that. And you had her for longer than that.
No, like a month and a half. Yeah. I guess 2 months. Because I got her at the end of November.
Oh, okay.
And I literally told her because
you literally said like I got her at the end of November, like a present. Like somebody dropped her off.
I got her.
I
scored her.
Yeah, exactly. Like I went out and bought me a therapist.
But I don't have any website recommendations. I don't have any phone numbers I can give you because it's a pain in the fucking ass to find a good therapist. But I will say that every week you show up and sit in that chair is a win in and of itself.
Mm-hmm.
And even if you had a shitty week, even if you had a shitty year, putting yourself first and going to therapy or going to a psychiatrist or going to anywhere that provides mental health resources is a win in and of itself. I can't say that.
No, it's a hard one.
And it's something you should be proud of and something that I think if you are having trouble right now, if you make that step, it will feel and help a lot more than you think 100%. Is my advice. I don't know if that made sense.
It did.
But
it totally did.
Okay.
No, and I think that the biggest thing is that it's hard to ask for help. I'm realizing that.
It is.
I'm realizing that.
It's also one of those things where like I'm not a doctor person.
No, you won't even go to the doctor.
I'm absolutely petrified of the doctor for a lot of reasons. But I will trust a therapist. I will trust a psychiatrist because those things are, your brain and your body work together. It all goes back. I mean, I started reading the book, Your Body Keeps the Score.
You have?
Audiobook.
You started it?
Yeah.
So how is it so far?
I love it.
Tell me about it.
I knew I was going to love it, but I just love it. Have you not read it?
No, I told you. Remember I said I've had this book forever.
Yeah, that's right.
I have it on Audible.
You never read it, have you?
No, and I said, you said you were going to start it, and I said, I will start it too. But I didn't know you started it already, so I'll start it.
It is incredible. I love it. I've only listened to like the first chapter because then I was like getting burnt because I was laying outside.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Like I have 4th degree burns now. I need to go inside. But it brought up a really good point of something that I never really thought of, which was when you experience something traumatic, i.e. like the first part was talking about a veteran.
Mm-hmm.
So a veteran that was in Vietnam and fought, and that's like your stereotypical PTSD case.
Right.
Would be a guy, 40s, 50s, and from Vietnam, or I guess now they're like in their 80s, but whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever what it was.
From a wartime.
Yeah. And they have, nightmares, and they get angry, and they end up drunks, and all of that stereotypical stuff. But what it thought of, what it kind of brought up was like, the veteran in the book was talking about how he physically feels still there.
Mm.
Physically, he is still there with his comrades or whatever.
Yeah.
And with his people. And physically, a part of him is still with the people he lost.
Mm-hmm.
And that hit really hard with me.
Yeah.
Because you are a different person after something traumatic.
Yeah,
you're a completely different person biologically.
Yeah. Physiologically,
your brain chemistry is off. Everything is different.
Everything.
Whether you have a physical scar or an emotional scar that is still a scar.
In yoga, they call them samskaras.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so it just hearing, that and thinking about that really, and it's going to make me cry right now because it's it's not something that I ever associated with. Part of me died with Dad.
Yeah.
And I don't like to say it like that, but it is true.
Okay, so energy. Let's talk about energy, right? So it's the energy of Dad is not here the way it was.
Yeah.
It's completely different.
Yeah.
And not to say that it can't be great energy in a different way.
Yeah.
But physiologically, not having him here, I felt like I was having a heart attack for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
My heart hurt.
Yeah.
My chronic pain that I have from osteoarthritis and all that stuff, I didn't feel that for a while.
That's crazy.
Because my heart hurt.
Yeah.
And so I feel like...
It's like Advil, it takes the pain. It moves it.
Yeah. So I think that what you're saying is you can really relate to somatic therapy.
Yes. And that's what I've been doing in therapy.
Exactly.
There's a lot of somatic stuff.
Exactly. And what are some of the tools from somatic? What does that mean? Give your examples.
We just started 2 days ago. So I don't have a whole lot.
She actually talked about it when you and I went
That's
after
true.
Dad died.
But we haven't done actual activities and stuff.
Gotcha.
But the one thing that I really liked that we did that was really helpful, and it's thankfully something that I can do at home too. Because sometimes they'll give you tools and I'm like, I just can't do that by myself. I need somebody there. But all she did was play this 4, 7, 8 meditation where it's countdown, breathe in for 4, hold for 7, exhale for 8. But she walked me through what my body should feel like when I'm doing it. What should lift when I'm inhaling, what my lips should look like when I'm exhaling. And me trying to get all of this right, trying to make it, being the people pleaser teacher's pet I am, was okay, if I do this. And 5 minutes later, I realized that I wasn't thinking about anything that was stressing me out. I wasn't thinking about how shitty I feel.
You were trying to win therapy.
I was trying to win therapy. And I was like, wow, I feel so much better. And she was like, okay, rate your anxiety on a scale of 1 to 10, based on when you walked in here. I said it was probably a 9 or an 8. I think I said an 8. And when I walked out, it was a 4.
That's awesome.
And she was like, what changed? I was like, honestly, I was just trying to make you proud, actually. Just really wanted you to be proud of how good I was breathing there. I'm usually not very good at breathing. That was really good. So I'll take my gold star now. Thank you.
This was not a planned conversation, you and I. No. This was very much spur of the moment and spontaneous. And I have full body chills right now because I'm really beyond proud of you for how much that you've stepped up into your own body. You haven't become somebody different. You are shining. And you are one of the most beautiful people on this planet.
Stop it.
And I know that you have so much to give. And I keep wanting you to lean into the compassion and the empathy and the intuition that you have. And remember when you were a kid, when you got diagnosed with ADHD, right? I got diagnosed around the same time you did. And so when that happened,
twin,
Do you remember what I said to you about ADHD when you said, "Do I have a disease?"
Oh yeah, it's a disorder.
What did I say to you?
You said it's not a disease; it's a gift. My mom was 5. That was 15 years ago. I don't remember.
No, I did. I told you it was a gift.
Yeah.
And I truly do believe that, because I feel like whatever mental label you want to put on someone, whatever their idiosyncrasy is, it's a gift.
Yeah.
And we have to figure out how to use it. And we have to channel it in the right way. And, we need to show up for each other and leave this place a little bit better than we found it.
And I'll add this like tiny little last thing.
Yeah, go for it.
I feel like that also relates to grief. Not that grief is a gift, but grief is evidence that we loved somebody so much that we miss them even when they're gone. And I don't know, I'm just like, I don't want to give you too much credit because like I don't want to boost your ego, but
words of affirmation are the one thing that I live for, and you refuse to give them to me. So you can lay it on thick and heavy right now, bitch. I need it.
No, I always tell you that even before Dad passed away that I'd brag about this podcast because I was really proud of you. And I am really proud of you. But even more now, like seeing you, I mean, I literally could physically see your heartbreak. Yeah. I could see your physiological whatever change. I mean, and we all did that day. Yeah. We all changed that day dramatically. And to see you be like, no, actually, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to, I'm going to cry, and I'm going to be upset, and I'm going to publish that shit, and I'm going to help other people instead of wallowing and crying and mourning in your own space, by yourself laying in bed all day. You put your words to the paper, Yeah. And I don't know, I'm just really proud of you. I think it's very cool. Thanks. And I think it's really inspiring. And even if you help one person or 10,000, that's 10,000 more people or one person more people than you would have helped if you did nothing.
Thanks, honey. That means a lot.
You're welcome. Okay, this is the only one this whole year that you're ever going to get compliments. So,
all right, I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to hold on to that. So again, this is all about like unexpected season of changes, right? Yeah. So, all right, well, how about at the end of every episode, we do a pause before you get out of the car. So before you walk into work, before you walk in the front door, before you start your day, take a moment, sit down. Campbell, would you walk us through the 4-7-8 breath?
Yes. So the 4-7-8 is inhaling for 4. You take a big deep breath with your mouth open. And then the 7 refers to holding. So you hold that breath in for 7 seconds. And then the 8 is a slow but controlled exhale through your mouth. More like pursed lips, like you're blowing a straw or you're blowing bubbles. 3, 4, hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That was great.
Thanks.
I actually really like that one.
Yeah, I like that one too.
I haven't done it. I haven't.
I like, my favorite is like the pursed lips because it's way easier to control the long exhale.
Yeah. It's like and I think I talked about this on the last episode, was when you're breathing to picture your breath a color or like smoke or something, or something like liquid or whatever, you can be imaginative with it. And I think that's what's really cool about, we didn't plan for this.
Yeah.
If you're in a season of change and you didn't plan for it, you're not alone. We didn't plan for this, but we're still here.
Yep.
So if this episode resonated with you, or if you have a friend or family member or somebody that you even don't like and you want to share this episode, it resonated with you.
Share this episode with your enemy.
Yeah, you should. Share this episode with the person that when you were grieving, maybe responded in the way that you reacted to them the way that we reacted
Yeah.
in our one situation, our sim situation.
I still can't. We never connected that we were the same age, same time, same.
I know.
Reaction, same everything. That's
crazy.
It's weird, and I don't like it.
I don't like it either. So let's not talk about it anymore. Hey, thanks for listening. Please send this to your friends. Share this episode. Share this podcast. It's not. We don't make any money on this, by the way. It brings me so much joy to be able to. It doesn't bring me joy. Working through my feelings and my emotions verbally through this podcast and through my friends and through this network is the biggest gift I have. And I am so grateful. I'm so grateful for all the listeners out there. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Please rate, review, subscribe. Follow us on the gram.
Yeah.
Follow us on the gram at Yoga Changed.
Oh, yes.
And if you got a story, DM us. Send us your story. Like, this is life, people. We didn't plan for this.
No.
This is exactly the way life goes.
It would be cool to tell like follower stories.
That's what I want.
And stuff.
Yeah. Send us an email. What did you not plan for?
Yeah.
We didn't plan for what? Did you not plan for, twins? Did you not plan for a divorce? Did you not plan for winning a lottery?
Yeah. Ooh.
That would be a cool story. Did you not plan to get scammed?
Ooh.
Did you not plan to fall out of love?
Oh.
You're just gonna make sound effects for each one and go through.
Can I be your soundboard now?
Yeah. Oh, you're like watching the fireworks. Ooh, ah. Anyway, we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you guys. I do feel a lot better than the way we started.
I do too.
Good.
I do too. Talking
Love
helps.
you.
I love you more.
Love you guys. Bye.